Let's go to some breaking news now in the Karen Reed case.
Earlier this week, they've had slightly shortened days, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form suggesting that they haven't conducted their due diligence in regard to their deliberative process, but I would submit that it is far, far, far too early in their deliberative process to even consider giving them any kind of Tui Rodriguez instruction or anything close to that. Furthermore, what the note doesn't really indicate affirmatively that they can't come to a conclusion. It just says that they haven't come to a conclusion through their deliberative process at this time. They're not even asking for one, is what I would say.
All right, thank you. Ms. Giannetti, I'll hear you.
Your Honor, I would disagree with Mr. Lowry's characterization of the note. The word exhaustive is the word, I think, that's operative here. They're communicating to the court that they've exhausted all manner of compromise, all manner of persuasion, and they're at an impasse. This is a case where the jury has the legal instructions. They've only really asked one question, which was to try to get a report that they were not allowed to get. And I think the message has been received that the evidence is closed. They won't get anything more. They've been working essentially nonstop over the last 3-4 days. We're approaching a weekend. They didn't come back with this at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. They're at 12 o'clock, and they have nowhere to turn. So our position is the jury should be read the Tui Rodriguez model instruction and go from there.
Okay. All right, so you all know that it is within my discretion, I decide. So a case that has been, it's a long case. This is our 4th day of deliberations, but Tuesday was a short afternoon, maybe 2.5 hours. Wednesday, they left early because of an appointment. Yesterday was also shortened a little bit, and this note arrived with less than 3 hours of deliberations today. So the length of the trial, the length of the deliberations, I know the case we heard from 74 witnesses. There are 657 exhibits, very complex issues in this case. I'm not prepared to find that there have been due and thorough deliberations at this point. So I am going to send them back out. We'll bring them in, and we'll do that now.
Okay, so we have Cheryl Fiandaca joining us on the desk now. So we just heard from Judge Cannoni, who essentially said she wasn't satisfied with the amount of time that they have spent deliberating so far, and she's going to send them back in.
Right. She's basically saying at this point in time, she does not believe the jury is hung, that they're not able to come to a decision. They have not been able so far to come to a decision, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they would not be able to should they continue their deliberations. And she's basically saying at this point, she's going to call them back in and tell them to keep deliberating. It's only been a couple of days. At this point, as she mentioned, there's been quite a bit of evidence. You're talking over 600 exhibits, weeks of testimony. We'll listen in here and hear what she has to say once the jury is impaneled.
Okay, so as the jury is walking in right now, we'll stop speaking as soon as we hear Judge Cannoni. We did talk to some legal analysts leading up to this, and we did hear from a couple who said they thought that we might run into a situation like this?
And for sure, you absolutely could. I mean, it's a very polarizing case.
So, jurors, I'm in receipt of your note. I am writing to inform you on behalf of the jury that despite our exhaustive review of the evidence and our diligent consideration of all disputed evidence, we have been unable to reach a unanimous verdict signed by your foreperson. We all know how hard you've been working. Lunch will be arriving shortly. When it comes, I'd ask you to clear your heads, have lunch, and begin your deliberations again. So, or continue your deliberations. All right? So I'm sending you back out.
All rise for the court, please. Very slowly, please.
Okay, so Cheryl, what do we make of this? She's just not satisfied. Is this typical in a case like this for a jury to say we can't come to a decision, for the judge to say I want you to go back and work harder? It
is typical. I mean, you're looking at a case that as we've been talking about, it's very polarizing. There are people who believe that the Commonwealth is right and that she was involved in John O'Keefe's death, and then there are all of her supporters and people who believe that this is a cover-up and this is a shoddy investigation and she's not guilty. So you have both of that. You have an 8-week trial. You have over 600 exhibits. There's an awful lot of evidence to go through, and people kind of get wedged into their own views of what they think and have to continue to talk about it to see whether or not you can come to some agreement. I mean, the issue is on all of these trials is that the decision has to be unanimous.
Right.
And that is the challenge, getting 12 people to agree.
And we were discussing this morning, it's the Friday, we're approaching a holiday weekend, and we were wondering whether or not they were going to come to that verdict today. And clearly they wanted to come to the verdict of we have no verdict, we cannot agree. We also heard from Karen Reed supporters outside of the courthouse, and they themselves were kind of saying, hey, we thought this was going to be a lot quicker, and they were kind of feeling that nervousness as well. And we saw Reed and her attorneys even kind of start to enter the courthouse in a different way. And so maybe some of that feeling was starting to creep in.
Well, I mean, I think we all know, with enough of these jury trials that people take this very seriously. This is a big responsibility as to whether or not you're going to send someone to prison and find them guilty or not, and not have anybody be responsible for the death of, a Boston police officer. So there's a lot at stake here, and there's a lot to go through. There's a lot to consider, and I think they're taking their job very seriously. And it's not easy. I mean, these, you know how difficult it is to just get to agree with one person, never mind to get 12 people to agree with such a case like this. So I think she's right. Send them back out. Let them continue their deliberations. There's another thing that the judge can do down the line if they come back again and say, we still cannot come to an agreement. She can give another instruction, which she said she was not willing to do at this point in time because it's not time to do that, where the judge kind of pushes the jury, nudges the jury to say, consider more evidence, think about things more, try to be open-minded, and try to get people to come to a decision. So that could be coming next if they come back and say they're still not able to come to a decision.
And we know they had a question just within the last hour. They were still coming back seeking more information. Right. Where do we go from here? So I think it's unlikely, right, that we probably reach a verdict by today if we're coming back now at noon and the jury goes home for the day around 4 o'clock. So it seems like this is dragging on into next week.
It could definitely drag on into next week. And, I know that everyone's thinking that this is, very cut and dry. If whatever you believe it's very cut and dry. And it might not be for these folks. I mean, these folks are really looking at all of the evidence, considering the witnesses, considering their credibility. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot to talk about. And, you don't know just how dug in folks are on whatever their opinion is. And, they're asking them to have an open mind, to look at all of it collectively. And that is going to take some time.
So much to wrap their head around. Like you said, over 600 pieces of evidence.